Recently, I come across the book that might completely change the way you think about business and life. The name of the book is The Diary of a CEO, The 33 Laws of Business and Life by Stephen Bartlett. You might know him from the podcast The Diary of a CEO, where he interviewed over 100 top achievers in the world, and this book is the distill of all the knowledge and wisdom he get from these entrepreneurs or this successful top achiever into the 33 law in business and life. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 laws that I find that most useful for me, and I hope this will help you. Let's dive in. Law number 1, to master it, you must teach it. You know, I've been thinking of doing YouTube video for a very long time, but I have not found the why on doing this video. And while reading this book, I came across a quote by Stephen Bartlett. He writes, "To learn, you must read. To understand, you must write. To master, you must teach." So that's the reason why I started to do YouTube video, because I want to teach and I want to learn more than everyone else. You know what? After these few years of learning through books or even attending course, but nothing beats me starting to do YouTube video. It really helps me to understand a topic or the knowledge in a deeper level that I have never imagined. I really find a hacks on learning. Law number 2, you do not get to choose what you believe. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you can choose what you believe in? I've asked my friend about this question, and the answer is 50-50. Some they think they can choose what they believe, and some think they cannot choose what they believe. But I want to tell you the truth. You cannot choose what you believe. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine today the one that you love the most is being captured by a terrorist, and the terrorist is pointing a gun towards her or his head, and he's asking you, do you believe I am a Jesus? Of course, during that time, we are afraid, right? We will surely say, I believe, right? But deep down, do you truly believe? The answer is no. Why will I believe you are Jesus, right? But let me continue the story. The same terrorist was holding a wine glass, and inside the wine glass is plain water. And once he's moved the wine glass, the water become wine. If you are a Christian, then you heard of this story where Jesus turned water into wine. And when this terrorist did the same things, and now will you believe this person might be Jesus? Probably more than previous, right? Because this person showed evidence that only Jesus capable in doing it, and this shift your belief. So you don't get to choose what you believe. You need proof, you need evidence to do it. And in this book, he shared about there's 2 ways of changing your belief. First is through authority showing you the evidence. For example, NASA telling you that the earth is round and there's a moon, right? So many people believe it. But some you might question, if NASA is the authority on this matter, but why there are still a small group of people believe the earth is flat? This simple, because they don't trust the authority. Let's come to the second point, where you need to let this person experience through the 5 senses. Only then he will start to believe this thing exists. This is through my experience. I have a coaching client where I asked him to run Facebook ads, but he told me that Facebook ads is no longer working in his industry. Then I asked him, where do you find this evidence? He said that previously he tried to run Facebook ads, but it's not getting any leads. And then I tell him, that's not true. From my experience, this is what is working. And I asked him to do it the same way. After listening to my advice, he followed it. And within just a few weeks, he get a lot of business through Facebook. You see, as humans, we have cognitive bias, where we only process a certain amount of information and we will quickly give a conclusion to it. As this is a very dangerous action, because it will hinder us from opportunity that we might not think of. Law number 3, never compromise your self-story. Your self-story, the words that you are telling yourself, actually shaping your future and shaping your life. I once heard a story about a twin brother. The brother number 1, which is A, he is a successful businessman where own a lot of business and very active in community works. And brother number 2, which is a totally opposite story. He's a drug addict, he doesn't have a job. Then a reporter is very curious. Why raising up from the same family, one is a serial entrepreneur and one is a drug addict? So he started to interview these two persons. First, he went to the entrepreneurs. He asked him, why raising up from the same family, you are so much different than your brother? He said, because of my father. He is a drug addict and I don't want my next generation to become like this. So I try my best to stay away all this, and this make me who I am today. Then the same reporter went to the brother, the drug addicts, to ask, why you are raising up in the same family but there is so much different? Guess what? He answered the same. Because of my father, he's a drug addict and it cost me all this. You see, raising up in the same family, what you're telling about yourself will determine your life. And this is also what I believe. The words coming from others are not important. The words coming from within is what I'm focusing on. That's the reason why I started to do daily affirmation to concrete my belief in myself. Law number 4, the frame matters more than the picture. Let's imagine your company were to give you a gift as a token of appreciation for your contribution towards the company. In the first scenario, he will present you this gift on top of a stage where the whole company know about it and everyone celebrated and cheer for you. In the second scenario, he still give you the same gift but it's under the radar and no one knows about it. Let me ask you, in these two scenarios, although they are giving you the same gift, but which one will worth more to you? A lot of people will answer the first one, right? So the lesson here is how you give is more important than what you give. Law number 5, ask who, not how. This is also my experience because in my early days of my entrepreneur's experience, a lot of things I do it myself. For example, let's say my Facebook marketing is not working. I always think about what can I do and how should I do it. But these days I realize I'm not going to be good at everything because I have limited time and limited resources. So I need to learn on how to leverage. So these days when I face problem, I will always ask this: who can I seek for help? And this really helps my business to grow quickly because I'm not only using my own resources, I'm using other expertise on helping to grow my business, not only in business but in life. When you face problems, don't focus on what and how, but instead focus on who can help me go through on this, who has the expertise, who have the experience on helping me on this. So these are the 5 laws that really make a huge difference in my entrepreneurial journey. And I hope you found this useful. And thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about how to grow a business, click on the screen to watch this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.